How's it going, everybody, from the beautiful land of YouTube? My name is David, and welcome to the channel, and welcome to the first ever video of the first ever series, Angel Wings. I don't know, this game looked a little interesting on my end because I'm a huge visual novel guy. I love visual novels, I love reading them, sitting down, just chilling, relaxing, and, you know, just doing the do. But this game right here, it came out at about, it was towards the end of January of last year. So it's almost hit 2 years, guys. And I'm a little late on it, and truthfully, I'm a little late on a lot of shit, but that's besides the point. We're gonna get to that here in a little while. But let's start our journey with Angel Wings. It's 11:50 on March 3rd. Okay, so our name is David. We are male. I hope. Somebody's calling us. Yeah. Let's just answer. Devoted to the loving memories of years past, which we so fondly cherish. Angel Wings. Hey, this piano. Okay, fair warning. From what I saw, there's a lot of females. I'm not great at differentiating female voices. So, some of them might sound similar. Some of them might be complete ripoffs of one another. That's besides the point. I'm a dude. I'm not a chick. So, nice to meet you, David. Now, who are you? David, you just said I'm David. The Hermit, those who value the gift of introspection. The Hierophant, those who seek the comfort of tradition. And the World, those who embrace a new beginning. You know what? I'm all about beginnings. And this is a new channel, so a new beginning. New channel, new beginning, we're the World. Alright, David, welcome to your story. The story of David, the World. Day 1, the World. This isn't my room. Where am I? I've awoken in a place that's nothing like what I know. This is no small, affordable housing apartment. This is a fully furnished modern home. Complete with exposed concrete walls with various touches of polished marble. I find myself in a comical and no doubt expensive ode to this decade's design fads. Moving further along the corridor, abstract paintings and a small shrub-like plant adorn what would otherwise be an entirely barren sea of white and gray hues. It's pretty well decorated. The owner seems to have taste. But this doesn't feel like it could be someone's home. This feels more like a computer rendering of a model home, afforded to only the fabulously wealthy, or those living far beyond their means. What am I doing here? My hands reflexively snap to my pockets, because, you know, I pull out what appears to be the same model phone that I picked up earlier. K. Hi, David. Be at Sun Cafe by noon. You can look up the address. Nope, I don't think I'll be able to calm myself enough to speak coherently. Part of me is more afraid of finding out who's gonna pick up. Who is this? How do they know my name? What is Sun Cafe? My thoughts are racing at an indescribable pace. Questions fill my mind faster than I can process them. Should I call this number to figure out what's going on? Alright, clickaroo. Who is this? What is Sun Cafe? You'll be working there from now on. Good luck, and don't be late. Who are you? What am I doing here? I'm a little busy right now. We can talk later. You can call me Kay. Oh, and find your route on Wi-Fi. I didn't pay for a data plan. Sorry. What exactly have I gotten myself into? And you couldn't even give me the cheapest data plan? Really? I hesitated to follow the instructions given to me. However, I figure exploration can't hurt me. The phone's GPS guides me towards my destination, a small coffee shop just a few blocks away. Briskly making my way towards my destination, I noticed the unusual cleanliness of the city around me. The house I came from is only an example of the simple minimalistic aesthetic employed in this urban sprawl. There are trees all along the sidewalks, and none of the buildings appear to be more than a few years old. That's a nice car. Really nice car. Okay, David. Stop getting sidetracked. It doesn't feel like the present day, more like a few years in the future. More like a computer render of what reality could be. How long have I been out for? Mine is simulation. The Matrix. I quickly check my reflection in one of the windows of a nearby building. There's no sinister men in suit pursuing me, and all my facial features seem to be where I last left them. This is good news. Well, I can always wish for an improvement. I am kind of on the ugly side. Anyway, my phone says it's March 6th. 3 days have passed since I picked up the phone in the snow. I was out for 3 whole days? The city doesn't feel densely populated. In fact, it barely feels alive here. A handful of pedestrians loiter around the concrete walkways, seemingly to be in no particular hurry to get anywhere. I walk into the coffee shop where a small package with my name on it is resting on the counter. Excuse me. I'm new here. The cashier, an unremarkable young man in his 20s, nods towards the package. Much like me, I am in fact, an unremarkable young man in my almost 20s. We have something in common! I open the plastic wrapping to find my uniform, a green apron with a lady on it. Looks familiar. A few hours later, I think I've mastered the art of brewing coffee. I've discovered the secret to the perfect roast through this craft. You put the correct amount of water in, add the corresponding amount of grounds, then you press the brew button. Amazing! It's not a very challenging job. It's kept me busy today, but there are no revelations to be had here. It does give me a lot of time to think, though. Think about the infinite possibilities of why I'm here in this situation right now. Like, who makes coffee now? Like, we just press buttons or buy energy drinks. Who makes coffee? I do. And so does my wife. So maybe we're just behind everybody. Should I consider this bad? The fuck? Anyway, thrown into a job that's probably beneath my ability by a stranger I've never even seen nor heard. Okay, for those of you wondering what I was like, what the fuck, is because it said OBS crashed, and it did a little while ago, but my current OBS that I have running right now is working just fine, so I was confused. Alright, I shouldn't say it's beneath me. I was doing nothing before. Filling the empty space with something. Anything is an improvement, I think. Most of all, I'm enjoying the people watching. Seeing the different types of people who come and go, working through their daily routines. The city is foreign and unfamiliar to me, but people look like people and coffee is coffee. I'm most interested in a specific customer that's been here since I arrived. A small, very small girl sitting in the corner, face buried in a book. Her long brown hair flows over her shoulders and trails down to her lower back. A little creepy how you're keeping an eye on that, buddy. My eyes are drawn to her white button. This just not sound good. You're making me sound like a fucking creep, dude. Shirt tied with a black bow. Her hair seems to frequently interfere with her literary goals, as she seems to she keeps stopping to push it out of the way, revealing a large set of dark brown eyes. Her iced coffee has long since melted into murky water, but she doesn't seem to notice. While people watching, sometimes I wonder what others' lives are like. Maybe she's a student, maybe a writer, I'm not sure. Excuse me? Interrupted by a listless, relaxed voice, I realized that I had momentarily shirked the duties of my job in order to daydream about a complete stranger. Embarrassed, I turned my head. Wow. I'm immediately struck by one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid eyes on. Even though she's wearing a mask, I can tell she's gorgeous. Voluminous, the word that means volume. What is up with you and hair, dude? It's long black hair. What's up with you and hair? Frames her small face, with sleepy eyes dark as midnight making unwavering contact. Her slim, athletic frame is adorned with a black tank top and white jeans. I couldn't tell you exactly why I find her breathtaking, but rest assured I'm clawing for oxygen. Honestly, you could just get Jim Carrey in here. I couldn't tell you exactly why I find her breathtaking, but rest assured, I'm clawing for oxygen. Like, this just sounds like shit Jim Carrey would say. Anyway. Held by her hypnotic gaze, I stumble over my words, unable to bring myself back to reality. Yes, how can I help you, today? Fucking nailed it! Small iced Americano, please. Sure. Name? Ciola. How do you spell that? Never mind, I'll figure it out. I'd better make the best Americano I've ever made in my 3 hours of this coffee-making life. I better do it. Better do it right. Sola. Oh, by the way, I'm probably butchering these Korean names. And if I am, I'm sorry. The rest of the day passes by uneventfully. Thankfully, I don't think I could stand to live if another girl that pretty stopped by. I have a lot of questions that still need to be answered. I'm anxious to learn what I'm doing here, and if this K person has the answers. The sun begins to dip below the buildings as the day draws to a close. I drop my apron off in the back office and head out the door. On my way back, I notice movement out of the corner of my eye. Long brown hair bouncing along to the rhythm of her steps. It's the girl from earlier, walking home carrying her books in her arms. Again, with the hair. What the fuck? There's a million ways, a million things that you could talk about, yet you choose hair. No, don't get me wrong, I'm loving it so far. Nothing against the writers or anything like that. You're describing everything perfectly, but what the fuck is with the hair? Part of me wants to know where she's going. The other part of me doesn't want to look like a mega creep. I'll just keep heading towards my destination. But my longer strides are starting to catch up to her. Oh no. I'd better slow down a little so it doesn't get awkward. I have to think about swinging my arms slower. I know. I'll just put my hands in my pockets instead. That'll solve it. Ugh, but this slow pace is so abnormal for me. Can't do this. Maybe if I just don't make eye contact, won't be weird. I slowly gain on her while making a conscious effort to look in the other direction, periodically glancing back to gauge my progress. The unthinkable happens. I trip. During one of my quick glances, our eyes meet for only a brief moment. Her pace begins to quicken. Reflexively, so does mine. Congratulations! If you wanted to look like a mega creep, you've definitely done it. At this point, I don't understand how my own legs operate. I've lost all control of my motor functions. She starts to run, her short, pale legs churning surprisingly quickly. Is it worse if I run after her? I think it this. But maybe if I run back to Kay's, it will be less awkward. I'm panicking. My cognitive abilities have ceased to exist. I just need to escape this situation. How are we still going in the same direction? Does she live in the same neighborhood? What are the chances? I'm too out of shape to be running this much. I'm approaching Kay's house and she's still running in the same direction. This is probably one of the top 10 most embarrassing moments of my life. What a disaster. Yes, up there somewhere. As I approach the door, I see the pretty athletic girl from earlier also coming up to the entrance. The tiny girl in the white shirt runs towards the door and cowers behind her. Was it Ciola? Xiaohyun? I can't remember right now. That's the least of my problems. She turns her attention to me as if I slow to a halt, sweating like a pig and panting like a dog. She looks at me with an expression of disgust that should be saved for only the most vile and unforgivable things in this world. What do you think you're doing? Yuri, is this the stalker you said you were dealing with? Stalker? Ciola stomps up to me and grabs me by the collar, scowling with all the intensity of a mob boss ready to bust my kneecaps. But I like my kneecaps. Please don't bust them, Miss Ciola. I swear, I'll be a good boy. If I ever see you near my friend again... Wait? Oh my, what's going on here? It's Kay! I look over and see a silver-haired girl walking towards us with a mildly amused expression. Ciola, Neri, what are you doing with our guest, David? This must be Kay! Thank God! I'm sorry. Me too. It's alright. Neri covers her face with her hands and shuffles out of the room. Ciola stands up, flashes an incredibly uncomfortable grimace, and walks off as well. So I see you've met your roommates. Lovely. My temporary embarrassment quickly dissipates as I remember what I planned to do. I stand up, turn around, and face Kay, who is sitting behind the kitchen counter chopping vegetables. This is the first time I've really looked at her. Her short, silver hair reflects the sunlight and radiates like someone applied a massive Instagram filter to the world. What the fuck are you explaining hair for? I get it. The hairs are different. They're beautiful. Beautiful characters. Well, people to you, characters beside the point. Glowing platinum hair aside, I'm drawn towards heavily lined eyes, dramatic and cat-like in appearance, and effect only magnified by the amber glow of her irises. Again, describing them to perfection, but still, you spend a whole text box talking about hair. For a moment, I'm lost in her surreal presence. It feels warm. It's also literally quite warm in this room. It's like I'm sweating again. This is seriously becoming a problem. Hello? Oh, right, reality. Kay, I assume? My gaze wanders to her hands, which are covered in band-aids. She quickly puts her hands behind her back and laughs nervously. You're smarter than you look, Mr. David. Her voice is sweet and feminine, giving the impression of wisdom beyond her years. Also, what is that supposed to mean? Do I look dumb? So, why am I here? What's going on? Also, are you saying I look dumb? Of course there are questions. I picked you up from the hospital after you passed out in the snow. You've been lying in a bed for a few days now. Passed out in the snow. The last thing I remember is picking up the phone on the ground. That can't be right. Is it? Well, you can believe what you want. What reason do I have not to just go home right now? You can do whatever you want, but you might not find much of a home to go back to. What is that supposed to mean? It's a pile of rubble and ash now. Might find it hard to build build equity there. Now you're just messing with me. Look it up. You have a phone on you, don't you? Oh, right. Wi-Fi. I reluctantly type my address into the search bar. To my horror, she's telling the truth. The entire complex burned down the same day, March 3rd. What the? I wouldn't lie to you, would I? I just met you seconds ago. I don't know anything about what you would or wouldn't do. Hey, I know this is a lot to take in. I'm sorry that this happened. You still haven't answered my question. How did 3 days pass? And now I'm here? Where even is this place? New Elvis City, a couple thousand miles south of where you used to be. As for why you're here of all places, your uncle was a family friend of ours. As a favor, I agreed to take you in for the time being. Still reeling in shock from realizing my old life has been burned to a crisp, Kay wastes no time in continuing her story. And so... Wait. I need to collect myself. My head is spinning, the world feels like it's tumbling down on me. Deep breaths. Hold it. She's green nails. Are you alright? Yeah. You remember your uncle, right? The one who died. Passed away, sorry. And you've been living off of his inheritance for the past couple of years. That's correct, right? My heart sinks. There's nobody else in the world that would know about that other than my immediate family. Yeah? Right, I know about your situation, David. No job, no relationships. I could probably count the number of friends on one hand. This could be the fresh start you need, you know. I didn't come here to be lectured. You're not my mom. When's the last time you spoke to your real mother? Damn. Kay seems to recognize the combination of shock, despair, and confusion that I'm feeling. Her expression softens to that of sympathy. Listen, I don't mean to be rude. She walks around the counter towards me. I'm not here to lay pity on you. I'm letting you stay here until you get things figured out, as a favor to the family. They also said I had to. And I'm a little short on the mortgage this month. Speaking of which, how was work? Wait, where are you going? I kept walking down the streets of this foreign city, the sun setting behind me. Long shadows and reflective glow from the myriad it's a word! Ivory towers were like that of a theater stage, bright lights illuminating both beauty and flaw alike. I couldn't help but laugh. In the moment where I was most lost and confused, I couldn't help but chuckle. It feels surreal, like a dream has taken me and won't let go. Kept walking until the end of the road, where I was met with a lake. The sun set long ago. The streetlights are on and the moon hangs in the sky. Water is clear enough that you can see the reflection of the trees in the distance illuminated in the moonlight. There's a sense of tranquility here. It lies at the very end of what otherwise is a perfect utopian future. A human monument dedicated to production and high standards of living. The lake is directly at odds with the city across from it by simply existing. In the city, a minute passes like a second. Here I could spend hours without knowing. It reminds me of my childhood days. Days of innocence, laughter, the eternal summer. Making lots of mistakes, wasting lots of time. And doing it all together while laughing all the way there. In that moment I stood there, on the boundary between my old life and new. What do you wish for? I wish I knew. Hey! That honeyed voice called out to me again. I turn around to see Kay, hands on her knees and panting. She struggles slightly before gaining her composure. Don't be like this, David. Come home. Home. I probably made a little too light of your situation. I'm sorry. I know this isn't easy for you. I don't think it ever will be. Just come back with me. We'll work through it together. I could use the company. I made too much for dinner. Her mouth forms a half smile, a trace of embarrassment at the thought of asking in such a straightforward manner. Home, huh? But really, do I actually look dumb? Let's go eat. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. God damn it. So what is it you desire, David? Love, freedom, courage. I'm a coward. I'm a slave to reality. And I'm a hopeless romantic. That's all things that is on this list. You know what? This is a dating simulator, so we're going to go with the most logical option. Alright, David. I'll do my best. The fuck you mean you'll do your best? The world that longed for love? God damn, who the fuck? Gotta figure out a voice for her. Who are you? What are you doing in my house? What? Some kind of strange pervert who sneaks into a house full of girls late at night? An intimidating-looking girl stands before me, jet black pigtails marked by a bright red streak. But she's in the middle of yelling at me right now. Did she sleep in my bed? How do I respond? Be diplomatic, snap back. I'm gonna be diplomatic. I'm a peacemaker. Calm down. I think this is all a misunderstanding. You won't even defend yourself? How spineless. Am I supposed to just yell back? How does that solve anything? I'd at least respect you a little more. Wait, did I say that out loud? I'm calling the police. Don't move. Oh, I was wondering what all the commotion was. It's so early in the morning. Kay, this strange man broke into our house. Oh dear. I suppose we'll have to call the police then. What the? I'm just joking, David. This is Jay. Jay will be taking care of David for a while. What? This loser? I thought we only allowed attractive people in this house. Jay, be nice. He's a family friend. She crosses her arms and protests like a small child. Fine, but I'm not gonna like it. She stomps off. Jay is a lovely girl. You two would get along just fine. You think so? Anyway, breakfast is almost ready. Hope you're hungry. The corridor illuminated by morning light. I make my way down to the kitchen behind Kay. Don't mind her, she's just very excitable. That's what keeps her going. I can tell. What was she doing in my room anyway? Oh, that girl? Sometimes she drinks too much and just sleeps wherever she pleases. Nice. She's a sweetheart. You'll see. Will I? Anyway, don't forget to eat. An eggshell white bowl filled with shamrock green content slides over the counter. Berries of assorted colors floating within. It's a smoothie, I think. It looks like something one would find on a real trendy person's social media. It's a matcha yogurt smoothie topped with raspberries and blueberries. I wasn't sure if you had any dietary concerns. Well, hopefully you're not lactose intolerant. I guess I forgot to consider that. Her previously mystical aura is currently overshadowed by her awkwardness. It's fine. Thanks. I'm glad. She turns back around and continues to tend to the stove. I grab a spoonful of the smoothie and try it. Sweet yet refined. The green tea flavor adds a unique touch. Might not be the fanciest food I've ever had, despite the presentation, but it's something. So, how is it? It's good. It's good, actually. Surprisingly good. My stomach growls audibly. I didn't realize how hungry I am. I quickly scarf down the rest of the bowl's contents. Surprising? Did you expect it to be bad? She chuckles. Sometimes I like to try adventurous recipes. It doesn't always end up well, but it's worth a try, right? Well, I think I should get ready for work now. Oh, actually, that won't be necessary. Have I been fired already? I can't even keep a barista job? Sorry? You only need to go every other day. It's part of the arrangement I made for you. That seems a bit unusual, but I like the sound of that. How did you even manage this arrangement? Let's just say I have my methods. That doesn't answer anything. Anyway, I figured you would need some time to settle in, so for now you can find something else to do on your off days. Like what? Oh, let me take, Alright. Do you have any suggestions? A friend of mine has connections at a nearby company. I could get you an off-day internship. Maybe you could go to happy hour afterwards. What kind of work is it? Oh, basic spreadsheets, making presentations, graphs. Nothing too serious. It'll pay better than what you're doing now, at least. I guess. There might be a bit of a learning curve, but you'll be better for it. Plus, it pays quite well. Kay awkwardly attempts a wink. At least I think it was a wink. Did you just wink at me? What? It looked like... Never mind. Oh, well, I need rent, so you should go do that. Couldn't even buy a data plan. And wants me to work an office job to give her my money. Did you say something? Oh, no. I'm bewildered by the choices that lie before me. What kind of person is Kay to have so many connections? Secret agent? A seductress? This feels too good to be true. So, Kay, what is it you do exactly? If she's a secret agent or a mob boss, she might just decide to kill me someday. She laughs so nervously and so painfully, she clearly doesn't want to talk about it. Secret agent, probably. It's okay, you don't have to tell me. But I do want to know. You'll see me around the house often. I'm mostly trying new recipes, experimenting. Have you always been interested in cooking? Well, I wasn't always good at it. A happy family needs good food after all, right? Someone has to do it. A happy family? I appreciate it. Seemingly taken back by my gratitude, Kay blushes ever so slightly. I'm glad. Neither of us seem to know what to say. Anyway, I'll write down the suggestions I made for you so you don't forget. One moment. She opens a drawer in the kitchen and hastily tears a page out of a notepad. With a black ballpoint pen, she scribbles her notes down and hands it to me. Her handwriting is quite clean and meticulous, an uncommon aspect these days. Thanks. No problem, David. Her train of thought interrupted by a sudden phone call. She pulls out her cell phone and begins to walk out of the room. Sorry, I need to take this. Hello? Who still writes stuff down these days, anyway? Oh well, Kay seems to like she has the best of intentions so far. This whole thing still feels like a dream. Who knows? Maybe it all was a dream. She pokes her head back into the room. Oh, before I forget, here's a renter's form. What's this for? I need official documentation of your living status, for legal reasons. Actually, maybe I shouldn't give that to you so I don't get taxed on your rent. You are so cheap. It's free money! Well, for me at least. Anyway, I gotta go. Have fun, David. You can just leave the form on the table when you're done. Alright, I got it. Okay, this is just more shit. I'm a male, David. We live on Moya Street, apparently. When I true, I guess? Do I often struggle to make friends or start a conversation? I'm gonna say false. I'm not, that's false. Wait, do you consider wrestling? Yeah, it's a sport. I enjoy having a regular routine and kinda true. I build strong emotional. Yep. I'm definitely. Yep. I would prefer to be physically active rather than fucking. False. Looks like the office building isn't far from here. Should only be a few blocks away. I finally arrive at my destination. A standard office building with a small Star Industries plaque near the front door. Through the modest front windows, I can see the standard cubicle farm, replete with awful patterned carpeting. It's made to look dirty when it's clean and clean when it's dirty. The mundanity of the entire package makes me feel a bit at ease. This may be the only thing in this world I can say feels familiar to me. I walk to the front desk before being stopped by an older man. Ah, you must be Mr. David. With thin-rimmed glasses and graying sideburns, coupled with his navy suit and confident posture, this man exudes both the gentle aura of a kind old man and the intimidating intensity of a cutthroat business shark. I reach out to shake his hand, knowing better than to ask him the myriad of questions building up inside me. To my surprise, he simply bows to me. You may call me Mr. Xiao. Welcome aboard, Star Industries. The next 60 minutes feel like what might as well be 60 hours. The corporate hellos and lessons on culture, as well as some of the basic tasks that I'll be doing. Most of it seems to be menial work, but I wasn't doing much before. So that's everything for now. I'm usually tied up in meetings, so you won't see me often. I'll assign another team member to guide you through the rest. Thanks. Hey, wait! He walks away, briskly checking his phone and tapping away at it, what I assume are very important emails. Kids are using laundry detergent these days? Jesus Christ. Maybe not. Placed in my drab, three-walled box, I slowly begin to take in my surroundings. The aforementioned dirty clean carpet, a gray desk, carpeted walls, and a gray ceiling. Definitely not the best bastion of creativity I had in mind, but it's par of the course, I suppose. I stare at the laptop I've been given, blankly eyeing the corporate portal lying before me. My eyes begin to wander. I peek up and look at the other cubicles around me. Nothing and no one of note. The same bland gray presence itself in a vast expanse, interrupted only by the bodies of others, eyes glued to the computer screen. As my gaze begins outward and slowly reins inward, nothing interesting catches my eye. Nothing at all. I think I've gotten the hang of my basic responsibilities here. Nothing too complex, but it provides a little mental stimulation. Maybe the structure is good for me. I have to look at this position. Oh, Lord, okay. Hey, new guy! Ah! My heart skips a beat as I spin around in my chair to see a girl standing before me. Long brown hair split down the middle with a shine that could only exist in a shampoo commercial, paired with a straight, thick brows that may have been flawlessly shaped and filled. Nestled underneath a pair of intense, smoky eyes punctuated with woody, dark pupils, I notice a tiny mole on her left cheek. Her wide and toothy smile makes her seem friendly. I feel like I can trust her. What the hell am I doing? I just described a woman like some top-shelf whiskey. I need to stop monologuing so hard. Thank you! You're David, right? I'm supposed to help you with work and stuff. So, what can I do for you? Her voice is much louder than is likely necessary for the situation. Wearing a white button-down and a lavender skirt, she stands at nearly imposing height, especially with heels. Since she smiles at me with her mouth hanging slightly open, upper gums visible, she leans in closer. But I also heard you're living with Kay, right? What I assume was her attempt at a whisper could probably be heard across the room. She leans in closer. I catch a whiff of the bright floral aroma of her perfume. Even though I've only known her a few seconds, I think I have a pretty good idea of her personality already. Hey, keep your voice down. Yeah, at least for now. How do you even know this stuff? I think I'm sweating. Oh, my name is Hyaidong? Hyaidong? I'm gonna say Hyaidong. Hyaidong. Or something like that. Fuck. I hate these names! Not because they're bad names, I just don't know the structure of Korean names. I'm gonna say Hyaidong. Hyaidong, and I live there too. Hello, new roommate. I can see other workers looking over at me now. Surely their first impression of me shouldn't be the false notion that I might be shacking up with this pretty office girl. She said it so loudly, too. Surely everyone heard. Hyaidong looks over my shoulder at my computer screen. What are you watching? A music video? Shouldn't you be working on your first day? I'm doing research. Yep, definitely sweating. The end of this workday has finally come. Despite the awkward interaction with Hyaidong, I've arrived and I've had enough restraint not to pepper her with all my questions. I haven't been fired yet, which is a plus. Why do I care about that, though? I didn't sign up for this job. I didn't ask to be put in this situation. I think it's the first time in a while that I've been forced to care about something. I'm just going with the flow because it feels alright. David, are you ready to go home together? Okay, let's not... Actually, wait, no, I forgot I have to meet a friend for dinner. My bad. I'll see you at home. She pulls out her phone, her fingers quickly tapping away. She's completely forgotten the rest of the world exists at this point. Wait. Do you want to come with? Sorry, I should have asked first. If her friends are as pretty as she is, I'm willing to go to the ends of the earth. Logic drags me back down to the ground level, and I realize I should figure out my next steps before socializing with this loud, attractive girl. I have to figure some things out. I'll see you later. She furrows her brow and sticks out her bottom lip in protest. Lame. Okay, see you at home. I better get out of here. People are definitely staring now. It's late. I hear a rattling from the kitchen. One of the downsides of being the only room on the ground level. My curiosity and paranoia get the best of me as I hop out of bed and walk down the hallway. I'd prefer to have some sort of self-defense still, but this room has no such luxury. When I arrive, I see Ciola peering into the open refrigerator door. Tousled, wet hair and barefaced, her natural radiance still shines through. She pulls a bottle of milk out of the fridge, pops off the cap, and chugs the entire thing at once. Slightly less radiant now. I take a step closer to confirm it's her. Hey. Ah! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I can't believe you actually punched him. You don't just sneak up on someone like that. You really messed him up. Nicely done. Day 3. I should hit the gym like Kay suggested. After filling out the standard paperwork, I'm left to my own devices in this gym. Maybe I'll run on the treadmill or something. Lift some weights. CrossFit? Zumba? Like a lost child crying out for parental guidance. Help! I wander aimlessly, glancing nervously at the sweat-drenched patrons as I pass by each foreign piece of equipment. Left, left, left. The distant cry of a girl's voice and the echoing squeaks of shoes scampering on hardwood. There must be a basketball court down the hall. I follow the stream of grunting and shouting until I reached the bright lights of the gymnasium. At first glance, only tall, athletic men stand before me. Not a surprising demographic for a local basketball game, but I was also absolutely sure I heard a girl's voice earlier. Upon closer inspection, there's a single girl on the court, overshadowed by the men that may be twice her height. Her jet black mane swirling in the air like an Olympic gymnast. It's Iola. The realization occurs to me that the previous cries of left belong to her, directing her teammates to the correct defensive position. Observing her, there's no doubt she's skilled. Dribbling between the legs, spinning left, shaking her defender, and leaping back and into an open jump shot. The ball splashes through the net like a water balloon on pavement. I'm no basketball expert, but that looked pretty sweet to me. Running down the court, she shrugs and flashes her glowing smile, a grin that belongs in beauty ads. Momentarily snapping out of my trance, I overhear the conversation of two spectators standing on the sideline. Yo, make sure we get her autograph after the game. Not every day you see a beauty queen like that balling at your local gym. Suddenly, I feel very small and very unaccomplished. That's enough for one day. The sun hangs low as I make my way home, taking time to admire the pink and golden hues of the sky, the pearlescent towers of the city adorning the skyline, reflecting the rays of sunshine. Reflect them right into my eyes, that is. It's hard to see. I rub my eyes while trying to avoid the pedestrians walking around me. The idle chatter of passerby and the rumble of traffic help guide my way while I attempt to regain my vision. As my vision comes into focus, I hear the excited chatter of a group of girls a few steps ahead of me. I look up to see a tidy black bow in the middle of them. It's Nuri. I don't want this to be as awkward as yesterday. I'll just keep walking quietly, keeping my distance this time, of course. The group of three girls strolls casually down the pavement, sharing images on each other's phones and pointing out interesting boutique shops along the way. The girls converse quickly and laugh loudly. Kay tells me that Nuri's already a junior in college, but you could have fooled me. She seems more like a carefree kid among adults. With her youthful looks and petite stature, I'm sure she could pass as a high schooler. Keeping my distance, but now slightly ahead of the group, I can see Nuri's wide-toothy grin as she walks with her classmates. She's quite the friendly face. The other day was truly painful, but maybe this is an opportunity to start fresh. I can say hi and act like the other day never happened. But she might still think I'm a creep, and in front of her classmates, in a public place, it could go south real quick. I'm gonna not be a mega creep. This doesn't seem like a position I'm equipped to handle. I should just slink away before they have a chance to notice me. I increase my pace to a brisk stroll as I manage to avoid the group of schoolgirls behind me. Not worth the risk, really. Boom. After another long day, it's nice to be able to return home to the sounds and smells of dinner. The familiar sizzle of the pan reminds me of my mother's cooking. Kay has laid out multiple bowls of what looks like to be stew. The aroma's heavenly. Oh, well, welcome home, David. I didn't think you were going to show up. Kay always knows how to please. I sit down and prepare myself to eat before realizing I'm the only other one in the room. Should we wait for everyone else? I'm sure they'll come around eventually. None of the girls eat in the kitchen anyway. What do you mean? Everyone's schedule is so hectic, I just lay out food and the girls will stop by and grab it whenever they have time. Actually, you're the only one who regularly sits down and eats here. What, really? It's a crazy life these girls lead. I'm not offended. Anyway, how are things going? Quick change of subject, huh? I can't complain. It's hard to learn all the names and faces, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. I'm sure you'll get used to it soon. It's like a happy family here, but less crazy and dramatic than a real family. Maybe you'll even find a cute girlfriend. Are you offering? Such confidence! Unfortunately, I think I'm a little old for you. Wait, how old are you? That's a secret. Wait, seriously? She giggles. Once finished with dinner, Kay begins to collect the pots and utensils near the sink. Help her out! I help collect the plates and bring them to the sink, where Kay is scrubbing the utensils. Oh, you don't need help with cleaning up. I can take care of it. It's the least I can do. You're always working so hard cooking. It's only fair. She slides a few steps away so I can drop the bowls into the sink basin. You're very kind, David. Your parents clearly raised you right. Or I just had to do all the work around the house. Well, which is the truth? I don't know. It's been a while since they were around. You must miss them, huh? I don't know. I can't say for sure. Well, I hope you can be happy here, at least for now. I think I'll be alright. This place is beginning to feel more familiar. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. With that being said, I believe now is a good spot to end because we're on day 4. To recap, we got punched in the face. We were a mega creep. We're working 2 jobs or 1 job, 2. I don't know. But the point is, I think we're doing okay. Kay, she's still mysterious as ever. That pigtail chick, she doesn't like us. Sorry, the voice has messed up my throat. Nuri, we don't really know much about her. Hye-young, I think is how you say her name. She's, very friendly. And Siola punched us in the face and plays basketball. So far, we know a lot. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button with all your power. Also, if you want to become a leaf on the Tree of Awesome, stay off, do is grab that awesome and slam it on that subscribe button. I'll see all you amazing, beautiful people in the next video. Bye-bye.